I have gotten 2 brand deals actually that were dollars, and those were my highest paying ones, but welcome back to my YouTube, or welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, I am doing a different type of video today. I'm here with my friend Jess as a special guest. We're going to basically be answering questions and talking about working on social media. I would consider myself like a micro influencer, so I'm going to be talking about the hardships and like problems that I face, the behind the scenes of what it's like. Social media is my full-time job, so we have like different levels of content creation. She's like starting out. I've been doing it for almost 5 years, so it's now my full-time job. Different levels of influencing and how to work with brands and all of that. Yes. We picked up salad and I just got what she got because I always get what she gets. Yeah. A little bit of background on how I started social media. Started on TikTok. I started posting after I graduated college, and I gained a pretty good following on there. And I really wanted to do YouTube. It wasn't really consistent. So moved into like working with brands just because I wanted to try and like get my foot in the door. I don't have like an agency or anything like that. I started social media with YouTube first. YouTube was like my main goal at first. I wasn't even thinking about like Instagram or TikTok. And I got a TikTok like 6 months after starting my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel had already gained some traction, so it was going pretty good. But then I kind of blew up on TikTok, and then that following moved over to my YouTube channel. Then YouTube really started making me money. I am with an agency. We can get more into that. It took me a long time to like fully start influencing and making money because I had no idea what I was doing. I feel like when we started, we were kind of on different like mindsets. Because for her right now, like she knows she wants to make it her full-time job. And for me, I wanted that too, but I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was like, oh, I'm just gonna make money off YouTube and from like the views of my video. But I had no idea like what the influencer world really was until I started. The first question is, how do you guys get over the fear of being perceived? I feel like for a long time that was something that I struggled with, especially, which is why I didn't start until now. Cause I had been wanting to do this ever since I was like in middle school. But I think I cared a lot about what other people thought about me. And as I got older, I literally was just like, this is something I want to do. This is fun. I'm not harming anybody. It's just like a regular job. I think I just stopped caring about what other people thought about me, which is like easier said than done, and just do it. I mean, it just sounds really cliche, but that's really what you have to do. My mindset in the beginning, when I started YouTube and we had like 0 subscribers or anything, was like, act like you're already famous. Are you happy to be Tyrese? Are you happy to be Tyrese? Like, act like you have 1 million subscribers, 1 million followers, and when you're posting, act like you know 1 million people are seeing it, and that's gonna take you a long way. Like, fake it till you make it. Just act like you're already at your end goal. People are gonna forget. They're only gonna judge you in the beginning, and then once you keep doing it, it's gonna be normal to them. If they're watching your stuff and they're like, oh, I don't like them, then like they don't have to watch you. Exactly. One of the questions I got was, how do we find time to film with, you know, mixing it into your everyday life? For me, it's only hard because I have kids. I have 3 kids, so that is a little bit difficult, but when it's your full-time job, it's just like, you know, going to any job. Filming isn't as hard as editing. Editing takes way more time than filming does. I like to divide it by days. Some days I take completely off, or I have editing days and filming days. So I know I have to wake up and get ready that day. And then on my editing days, I just relax and edit, so. And I struggled with this when I first started because I was like, I didn't realize how long it takes to edit a video. Like, it takes a pretty long time. I'm starting to do like a set schedule because I want to post 2 times a week. So what I do now is I just have the video before that, like if I'm going to post on Tuesday, I make sure that that's fully edited before I start filming the next one, so I don't get too overwhelmed with like, okay, I have to edit this video, I have to do that. Since I do want this to be like my full-time job, I'm really just focused on trying to just like push out content, and that's like really like all I do. Like, I don't really do anything else, so I feel like it's not hard to balance like the other things in my life.
Because I have no life.
Well, my life is more chaotic, so. Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. You really have to be like self-disciplining to stay on top of your shit, because like I will just want days to like, I'm like, I don't have to do anything today, and it's like, no, you do. Like, get up and film. Or like in the beginning, I was posting like 3 videos a week on YouTube, but that's because I was like super determined to get to where I wanted to be. And then now I feel like I make money off of it, and I'm just kind of more like relaxed.
Because in the beginning, like, consistency is key. You won't have any results if you're not posting all the time. And then later you can like kind of relax when it's like you have your audience there. You just have to make sure you're engaging with them every day. When you first start out, I feel like it might be overwhelming if you try to like attack every platform at once. So maybe if you're feeling overwhelmed by that, pick one platform and really like get into the habit of creating the content and figure out what kind of editing style you like and what kind of videos you like doing. And then from there you can start reusing your content ideas on like TikTok and Instagram. Let's say if you started on YouTube, just so that like the editing and stuff doesn't feel overwhelming, and like the posting, because there's so many platforms these days. Like if you start all at once, it might feel overwhelming and then you might get burnt out. Like when I first started, I was only on YouTube, which is why I was able to like spew out videos 3 times a week, because that's the only thing I was doing. But then now, since I do everything, it's so hard. Like ever since I started doing every platform, it's been so hard to remember to post on all of them. Like I just can't, like it's too much. Everyone always says this, but it's so important to, and I feel like people might not know exactly what this means, but you have to find your niche. It's basically making content that not only will get you like the views, like let's say you made a random like food review video randomly for fun and it blew up and you're like, okay, that's it, like that's what I have to do. Like no, that's not what you have to do. Like you have to make content that you enjoy, because if you dive into content that you see is giving you views, you're gonna get burnt out so fast, because you're gonna be like, I don't want to upkeep this content, like I don't like it, I'm doing pizza reviews. If you are super into makeup and that's what you want to do, then you have to make those videos all the time, and then that'll be your niche, and then eventually you will reach your target audience, and now you genuinely love the content you're making, and you're never gonna get burnt out because you love it. It's actually like fulfilling you. I would say you're like beauty, gym, and then like just lifestyle. Like that's really good for brands, because all those different types of brands are gonna want to work with her. So she'll get like gym companies and beauty companies, and then just like lifestyle or health companies. And so like that's really good. It'll make your brand reach a lot further. If I only did makeup videos, only makeup brands are gonna want to work with me, not cleaning products or or gym products, you know? Like someone asked, how do you know how much to pay your manager? So this, I had no idea how like it worked before I started. They just take a percent of what they get you. I'm assuming the highest percent would be 30, and I'm assuming the lowest percent would be 10, but it might be lower depending on like how big the influencer is. For me, I've had 2 different managers and both of them are 20%. So that's how much they take from whatever brand deal they get me.
I don't have a manager, so.
Getting a manager, you don't necessarily need a certain amount of followers. I think they look for how consistent you are and then like your engagement. If your followers listen to you, it doesn't matter if you only have 1,000 followers. Like if 20% of your following or 10% engages with you, like that's really good. And so the agency will want that. As long as you are influencing people and they care about what you say, you're worth something. Don't underestimate yourself. Like you are worth more than you think, and you could definitely work with an agency. Brands fully take advantage of influencers that don't know what they're doing, and they will like super just scam you, make you post content for like really cheap or for free. You're worth more than that, trust me. When I was doing TikTok for, I think it was about a year that I was doing it by myself, I didn't have any agency and I had reached 2.5 million followers on there, and I would just email brands myself or see like whatever brands came into my email. And the highest I ever got paid for a deal before I got with my agency was $700, and it was anywhere from like $300 to $700, and I only got like a few. I think I only got like 4 throughout like a whole year. And then I reached out to my first agency because my influencer friend was like telling me about them, and I was like, oh, I should be doing that. They asked like what I had been charging people for TikTok, and I told them, and they were shocked. They were like, that is way too cheap. You should be charging anywhere from 10 to 15,000 for a video, for one TikTok ad. And I was like, they knew that my following was like too good for that, for $500, but they didn't care. Because I had already been on social media for 2 years and I didn't have an agency. And that whole time I was like totally letting like brands scam me. You don't even necessarily need an agency. You just have to know how to charge right for the value of your posts.
I don't have an agency right now. They definitely do lowball you. Like, I'm not saying that I need to be paid, you know, upwards of $700, but like, I mean, they will definitely lowball. I've had some that were like, oh yeah, like we're not doing any promotions right now. Obviously they have a marketing team. They have money to give influencers, have like anyone like a management emailing them for you, they're going to, you know, and you don't know like what you're doing, they're definitely going to lowball you. So
you can also pretend to be your own representative. What? If you put together like an email and just like make it sound like your own representative, and they will take it like way more serious. If you also have a portfolio with like all your analytics and your following and all of that, your engagement rate, they will take it more seriously too, because they're like, oh, she knows her shit. Like if you're just like, oh, this is my followers and this is how much I charge, like they're gonna be like, oh, she doesn't know. So
yeah. She was the one who actually told me about making a portfolio. So I was just emailing brands, I do TikTok, blah blah blah, and like I want to work with you. And she told me like you need to have like somewhere that has like all your analytics and everything, so they know like your engagement. And once I made that, like I got so many more people that actually responded and would like work with my prices and everything.
I didn't even know that like existed until I got with my agency, and they have like, they made one for me, and I was like, oh, like I should have had that.
Like, oh, that's actually really cool. That's really smart. I just started like having a posting schedule, so it's like Tuesday. I'm gonna try and do Tuesday and Friday, because I know you said you would post like 3 times a week. And did you have like a schedule? Or like if you had 2 videos already like were done edited and you could post it ahead of time, like if you were gonna post Saturdays and you're like, I can post this on Tuesday, would you like post it, or would you be like, let me save that so like I have archived just in case later on I can't post a video?
We definitely went through different like techniques on that. Like, you know, we had to like test what like worked. I think at one point we did have strict days. For us, it got easier to be more flexible, so if we had a video, we would just post it when we had it. So I think in the beginning you should have set days, because that'll make it like, you know, like if I missed Friday, it's like, oh shit, I missed Friday, like that's bad. So you have to have like the certain days to hold you accountable. So
okay, good. So I'm on the right track. You heard it here from the expert. Okay.
The quality and engagement of the audience you already have is way more valuable and way more important. Like now I have like 260,000 subscribers. The subscriber number doesn't like make you money or anything like that. It's all about the views. So if I'm getting 100K views out of the 400,000 subscribers, like that's really good. That's where the money comes from, and like that's the audience you want to engage with. You really have to respond to like comments, and you have to do little things like little like question boxes or polls. Like you have to make them want to engage with you and like respond to your DMs. It's so important. Like I always am talking to people, and that's really important. Like you want them to feel like they have a relationship with you.
It's good.
Quality and engagement is more important than numbers.
I definitely didn't know that I had it like before meeting her either, because I thought, I was like, oh my gosh, I only have like a 40,000, I think I said like I had 40,000 TikTok followers, and I was like, oh, that's like that's a lot. I was just thinking about the numbers, and she told me like, oh, it's about engagement, and like, and it brings them back, like it brings people back to be like, oh my gosh, like she responded. Like I don't know, it's kind of funny because they like treat it as like you're famous, which is really funny. They're like, oh my gosh, like you responded. Like, oh, I know, I guess.
They see so many people, but as soon as you respond, you guys are like friends. Like the relationship goes deeper. Like like I always talk to them, and it's fun to talk to them too, because you learn more about like the people that are watching you. You know, because like it feels good to like be responded to, or for them to like your comment. Like even if you have like 1 person watching, like you never respond to my comments.
Jess is my only friend.
Yeah,
so.
I have a really lonely life, and you're the most antisocial social media creator.
Yeah, this is our first time out of the house in like a month, right?
Yeah.
So we usually only like get together like if we're gonna do something for social media.
Yeah, like
I beg her to come hang out with me, and
she's like, not unless you film a video with me.
Yeah, because I was like, I really, when she told me that she wanted to do a video with me, I was like, I'm gonna get the clout.
Yeah.
And I was really excited because I was like, oh my gosh, like when she
that's the only reason why she talked to me.
I really like, I didn't force her, but I like made it apparent. I was like, can you post a picture with me and tag me? And she was like, yeah. So it's really nice to have people like famous social media friend.
Yeah.
I actually did hit her earlier.
No matter like how little following you have or whatever, tag the brands that you are using, no matter what. Like if you are posting a little picture of your outfit, tag every clothing brand. Even like a story post, just tag them, because they totally look at their DMs and they might send you something. And it's also, besides like the fact that you're building a relationship with that brand, it's getting your audience used to the fact that you talk about brands authentically without being paid. Like it's making them trust you. Like they're like, oh, like where'd you get your pants? Where'd you get that drink from? Like, they want to know what you do, like the things you use in your real life. And
there was one time that I had posted, I just posted a picture on my Instagram and I tagged Skims because I was wearing, I think, a dress from them, and they commented on my Instagram post. I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I used to think like they're never gonna see my DM, like they're not gonna.
Oh, so okay.
Oh, we're in there. Oh, sorry. This is the third time we moved though, and the last time we didn't tell you guys, but
we forgot to tell you. The lighting changes 3 times in the video. It's because
we had to move. Okay, so I definitely didn't think that brands like that would see their DMs or anything, because when you post and you tag them, it shows up in their DMs. So yeah, when I posted about it, I just tagged them like casually, and they commented on my picture, and I was really excited. I was like, oh my god, Kim herself is commenting? Oh my gosh. So yeah, I kind of got a big head from that, but you know, yeah.
We changed lighting
again because the sun went down, so just ignore that, okay?
The last thing we want to talk about is more just in depth about brand deals, what brand deals are, and just like a little bit of how it works. My manager presents me with an offer that she got from me. Usually it's just the brand, the website, and then their offer, a little bit of what they are gonna ask for me, like what posting they want done, and then I say yes or no. And if I say yes, she signs a contract, and then she sends me their creative brief with everything, all the points I have to hit, and like a lot of information about the product. And then I film the content, I give her the draft. Usually the draft is okay, maybe with like a small edit. Sometimes it's really annoying and they want like a bunch of edits done. I do whatever like edits they want, then I send in the final draft, and then they tell me what the live date is. I post the content, and then once the content is posted, my manager invoices them. Usually it takes 30 days. Actually takes 60 days now, which is really annoying. Times where it takes 60 days for the brand to pay me for the content that I did. That's like the most complicated part about becoming an influencer, is the money. It's super complicated.
For me, it's, since I'm just starting off, I don't have, like I said earlier, I don't have like a management or anything, so I get all my brand deals from just emailing them myself. I send an email to them, or they'll send an email to me. They'll ask me if I want to promote their wig. They'll send me a link to the wig and everything, kind of like a brief as well. And then I will give them my rating. Usually they don't go for my rating, they'll go under, which is fine, but they'll give me a rating, so let's say like $100 for 3 videos and link in my bio for like a month. As soon as they'll send me the wig and I'll post the videos right away. I haven't always had to send it to them before I post it. Usually they're just like, you can just post it, and it usually takes them like a day or 2 to get back to me, and then they just send me the money through PayPal. So it's a lot different when you're first starting out, or at least for me. A lot of my money gets sent to me through PayPal. Sometimes I will do a collab through TikTok, and if I'm doing it through TikTok, they will send it to me on TikTok. So like there's a like a commissions area that you can go to, like to get payments when you're working through TikTok. And it's pretty much the same thing, because that money just goes to my PayPal. Like once I cash it out, I get the money pretty quickly. Like right when I make the content, I get the money like maybe like a day or 2 later.
I do brand deals on every platform. Everything's different. All my rates are different for like every single thing. It could be an Instagram like photo post, it could be a reel, it could be a story. We want to be transparent, because when it comes to the influencer world and like content creation as a job, people don't really share anything about like money or really how much they make. Because like with a normal job, like I could Google it, I could look it up, and I guess you technically can Google it, but it's really not accurate. And so I feel like for anyone who's starting out and trying to pursue this career, it's really helpful to actually know how much money like is in the job, and like realistic. I definitely do not make 10 to 15K each post. It completely depends on the brand. It can get like pretty low. For TikTok and Instagram, the follower amount is really different, but for some reason Instagram holds like a lot more value to brands, so that is where I make my most money as far as brand deals. On TikTok I have 2.9 million followers, and I would say my average is anywhere from like $5,000 to $8,000 for a TikTok post. And then on Instagram I have 223,000 followers. And for my reels, it's the same thing. So for Instagram stories, I can make up to like $3,000 for a story. And then for YouTube integration, anywhere from like $1,500 to $3,000. It just depends on the brand. Even with the agency, depending on what kind of content the brand is asking for, the rate can fluctuate a lot. It's really just like personal preference. So for me, the lowest, even with an agency I've done, is $600. $600, like that's still a lot. There's also times where you get lucky and you get a bigger brand that has a really cool opportunity for you and you make a lot of money when it comes to the higher paying brand deals. The brands just ask for a lot more and it's like one big brand deal. So I have gotten 2 brand deals actually that were $20,000 and those were my highest paying ones. But my agency does take 20%, so I ended up walking away with $16,000, which is like amazing. Those brand deals are like so awesome and I am so grateful to be doing this. It feels like a dream. Like I literally can't believe it. Like 5 years ago and I wanted this to be my job. I never would have thought like I was making this amount of money. But that's just for some inspiration. Like, don't give up. It's totally possible for you to make this a living.
So inspirational, you guys.
Just don't give up. That's like our biggest piece of advice. Don't give up. Everyone starts from somewhere, okay? Don't forget, every big giant influencer you see started exactly where you are. You just have to keep going.
Yeah, so much to expect. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching.
We'll be back with more videos together.
Okay. And yeah, go check out her
My
YouTube
family channel. My family channel.
It's very cool. It'll be linked in the bio. And I just started working. Like, you guys are doing a lot of chomping, not a lot of talking. Because I was like, wait, why are you so tall? And I was like, not that you're not tall, but you know. Oh, cheese.
I do like cheese. Whoopsies.
It just looks funny.
Okay.
Alright, now it ain't that funny.
Okay.
Wait, it looks like I'm bald.
Okay, why do I feel like I'm getting like clammy?
I've never ordered a salad in my life. The girls are actually hiding in the back. Hi, sisters! Video you're thinking of.
Can I take a bite now?
I'm Jessica.
Okay.
I kind of like it. The crunchy things.
The chia seeds?